afternoon, folks. In this video, we're going to be going over Detroit Lions news with a little bit of rumors. We're going to talk about Alex Anzalone. Does he want to get a contract extension? Social media, is he upset about that? We're going to go through there. Looks like that he would like to have one done. How about Aiden Hutchinson? Update on his health, and that is some great news. A rumor that never dies, and we're going to try to bury it. That's what this video is all about. But before we get into today's video, make sure you go ahead and like this bad boy. Let's get to 300 likes in this video. I understand it's the off season where there's nothing going on, so likes really do help, and I would truly do appreciate that. Like I said, it's the off season. Not everything is a lot going on, but we're going to give you the up-to-date. So let's go ahead and talk about the Alex Anzalone contract extension. So there has been rumors in social media Alex Anzalone is not taking part in the off-season workouts. Now, it's not mandatory right here, so it's voluntary workouts. But this is what Sheppard said about Alex Anzalone, because he says respect is due. He wants to get paid. He's on the last year of his deal. This is what Shep said. He says, "Me and Alex are all good. Alex Anzalone's passed. Coach 4 years. I have zero concern. The player's a leader here, and he has been a leader here. He has been an intricate piece to the building and culture. That's here. I'm going to pay and respect, and he earned that, and he's due. And whatever his private situations are, I'll let Alex address those when he's face-to-face with you all." So it's looking like he would like to get a contract extension. This is what Alex has to say. So I can tell you, as far as the concerns with me, his absence has no effect how I see Alex and how I view him. Shep said that's one of our captains, and he's been one of our captains, and see him as such. So in the comments right now, before we really get into it, give me your thoughts. Do you want to extend Alex Anzalone? E for extend, P for pass. Give me your thoughts in the comments. So let's go ahead and get back. There's layers to this, right? Alex Anzalone is 31 years old. He's in the last year of his deal. So he would like to get a contract extension. Knowing his age, it's not going to be super long. Maybe a 3-year deal that the Lions could work out should the Lions extend Alex Anzalone. Because we got Jack Campbell coming up. We just did it with Derek Barnes. You got Brian Branch. Aiden Hutchinson contract. We'll get into that in a little bit later in this video. Big contracts coming up. So could they extend Alex Anzalone? They could. They got the money to do it. And I think if they would like to do a 2 or 3-year deal with Alex Anzalone, I think that would be perfectly fine for the Lions. It would definitely be a pay upgrade. He has been an integral part to the Lions defense. So I don't want to be too savvy sometimes. Sometimes these guys deserve a pay increase. Alex Anzalone is one of those guys. He breaks his forearm, comes back, helps win against the Vikings. He's an integral part to this defense. He knows it in and out. With that said, they may want to transition, though, right? He's 31. Maybe they want to give more responsibility to Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes. So we don't know what's going to happen here. My gut feeling tells me that he'll probably get an extension. I wouldn't say maybe this year, but after this year, potentially he could get extension, a 2-year or a 3-year deal. That's something the Lions could work out, because we all know that Dan Campbell loves Alex Anzalone. The whole team loves Alex Anzalone. Fans love Alex Anzalone. He's a great player. He represents the team and the city really well. He's feisty, son of a bee, and a lot of players from other teams don't like him, and that's what I like, because he's feisty. So I'd love for him to stay on the team for a couple more years. But we got to be smart, too. You got to think about the future. He's 31, so we'll leave Brad Holmes to that one. I'm sure he'll get it done. I'm sure they'll work it out. I'm not concerned at all. Shep's not concerned at all. And the Lions are pretty good at that position. If they wanted to keep him, they could do that. If they wanted to let him go, they can do that. They're flexible now with the players that they do have. Skinny here, Isaac Tesla is impressive in the minicamp performance. He's one of the players that really stood out. Says, what you saw is guys definitely belong. Montgomery said he's exactly what we thought he was. And he showed his contested catches, his radius, which is everywhere. 6'4", run 4.4. He needs to develop. That's perfectly fine. We know that, right? He had up and down. But it shows what he can do. It shows the ceiling and the possibilities and flexibility to this Lions offense, depth to the wide receiver when there is going to be times throughout the season you're going to have injuries. And so Tesla is learning quick. And fortunately, he's going to have to learn quick, right? But he's a smart guy. He'll get it done. And he doesn't need to be starting fast, right? This is a situation where he doesn't need to be out there immediately because you got Tim Patrick, Khalif Raymond, you got St. Brown, Jamison Williams. So you add him to the mix, it's going to be a good wide receiver core. And so far, so good. It's only been a little bit of time, right? We won't know anything until the lights are on. And by the way, don't care about practice. We know that. It's all about when the lights are on, what they're doing in game. So we'll be getting to watch Tesla in preseason a lot. And that's where I'm going to be watching for sure is his development in preseason and can he catch the balls? Can he do what he's going to do in practice there? Make sure you go ahead and like the video. Let's get to 300 likes in this video. It's pretty easy to do so. So let's get it done. All right, here we go. Lions defender creates star trade buzz with social media comments. Trey Hendrickson. I really don't want to get into it, but Alex Anzalone says this, and it is just a thing for Trey Hendrickson. Alex Anzalone's tweet stirred up some excitement with the Lions fan base, with one fan asking if he knew something else that he didn't, however, later tweeted, "Y'all confused," in response to the tweet about Hendrickson. Even though Anzalone's tweet may not have been revealed as a possible trade in the works, anything can happen in the NFL. He reignites the trade. Here's the thing. I want to dump water on this trade rumor. Brad Holmes has been talking about it forever. It hasn't happened. We have money that they're trying to work out for the future contracts of this football team and the players on this roster. He has made it clear we're not trading for Trey Hendrickson. It's not the draft capital. There's one trade I seen today, and I didn't want to go on there, but it had the Lions giving up a second-round pick in Joshua Pascal for Trey Hendrickson. Okay, yeah, player swap, whatever, but one person's contract is going to be Giants and the other one's not. That's the problem. It's not the player. He's a great player. Love him on this football team. But Brad Holmes made it pretty darn clear at this point that that's not going to happen. So I don't like spending too much time on this topic, but there you go. I had to talk about it because it's on the news. Everyone's talking about it. Aidan Hutchinson could prevent Lions from trading Trey Hendrickson. No S. Of course. This is what we've been saying. Jamar, the idea of whatever you pay, Trey Hendrickson becomes the floor of a mega deal for an age rusher and Hutchinson. You'll be talking about $70 million plus a year, sunk into two players at one position, one of them in his 30s in the roster with a lot of young talent to play. Duh. So that's why I don't see this to be the case. That's why I don't see the Lions making a trade. It's not the capital. It's not the player. It's the contract. They want to pay Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, those guys, Aiden Hutchinson, he's going to get paid. They gave a one-year deal to Levi Nwuzurike. Now, if he comes out and balls out, maybe they extend him. Maybe they don't. But he has an opportunity in there to get it done. Also, there's another trade rumor that was blowing up, and that was DJ Reader to the Dallas Cowboys. Stupid trades. It's not going to happen. I seen that one on there, and the reason it's not going to happen is because Aleem McNeil is not playing probably for the first half of the season, and our depth was bad at defensive tackle. That's why we got Tyleik Williams. So just because we got Tyleik Williams doesn't mean you're going to let DJ Reader go. That's not going to be the case. Don't see that happening. He's a free agent after this year. I think he's a free agent after this year. They can let him go after this year or whatever. But I don't see that being the case at all. If you do me a solid, go ahead and like that video because we're in the butt cheeks of off season. that would help me out immensely. Let's get into the next topic here. Aidan Hutchinson is supernatural. We got great news on Aiden Hutchinson. Great news. We put the best for the last. This is what Shep says. He's out here, and he's the most energetic guy in the field, said defensive coordinator Kelvin Sheppard. He's ready to make the call out in the huddle today. I went over to individual workouts and said, Hutch, you know how I know you're back? He's like, how? I said, because you're touching that ground when you run the hoop. It's a little thing he does like he's some supernatural cat, which he is. He is back. Hutch is back. A lot of people are concerned with the injury that he will be rusty and all this. I don't see that being the case. It was a broken bone. If you've seen Hutch, if you know what type of person he is. Okay, this guy is going to give it 110%. He'll be good to go by week 1. He's good to go for training camp. He's going to be out there balling. Now, they may take it a little bit slow on him in training camp. Precautionary, right? Maybe he trains one day and takes rest day next, whatever. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but he's good to go. And that's fantastic news for the Lions. We have to have him here, and it's good to see his recovery. It's good to see that he's back on his feet. It's good to see, literally, and that was not intended. It's good to see that the progress that he's getting going forwards. This is great news for our Detroit Lions. Sorry with the lack of graphics, folks. I actually got a doctor's appointment 3 hours from my house, and that's why I'm making this video so early in the morning, because I got to be there at 2. So I didn't have time for graphics. I want to give you an up-to-date video. That was today's news, not something for another time. So appreciate that. Everybody, give me your thoughts in the comments about today's news. With that said, folks, adios.